What's up guys, this is Albie T from Combat Culture, and we've got a very exciting video for you guys to check out today. We're going to cover some gloves that are found on Amazon, all of which are under $50. This is a perfect video for those of you guys who are just starting in Muay Thai or boxing and you're not ready to commit. Check it out. Alright guys, so the first gloves we're going to cover today are the Drills boxing gloves. These guys are going to set you back about $16.99. The gloves are not only budget friendly, but they're also contributing to a good cause because essentially all of the proceeds go to the Northside Boxing Club in North Minneapolis. Now when it comes to the glove build itself, they're made from synthetic material, so it's going to make it pretty easy to maintain. When it comes to wrist and knuckle support, you get what you pay for, right? What I will say is that if you're looking for a pair of gloves, just to use once, twice a week maybe, or you want to support a good cause, these gloves are something worth considering. They're super affordable and you get them relatively quick. Alright, so the next pair of gloves we're going to cover are the Trideers, priced at about $19.99. The brand was founded in 2015 and their primary focus is on their line of exercise balls, but they also do focus on other fitness related products like these gloves. The gloves are made from synthetic leather. You can tell these are mass produced. The foam does come super stiff, but it is going to break down over time, as will the exterior. The fit is relatively roomy. Wrist and knuckle support are relatively sturdy. One thing I will say about these gloves is that they are super bulky, so they may be hard to pack around, but aside from that, they're easy to maintain, super affordable, decent choice overall for a beginner. So moving on to the Hawk sports gloves, priced at about $23.99. The brand was founded in 2016. Hawk Fitness is an active sports brand offering an extensive line of affordable combat sport products. Now the gloves do have a much slimmer profile compared to the previous gloves, a lot less bulky, making them easy to carry around. They are made from synthetic materials as well. The foam isn't as stiff, making it a little bit easier to maintain. There's also pretty good ventilation as well. I didn't feel as if the fit was too snug or too roomy, actually felt just right, although I will say the wrist strap could have been a little bit beefier. Overall, I think these are a good pair of gloves for somebody that's just getting started or someone who's looking to train casually. Again, these are a small set of gloves, so they're easy to carry around, perfect for the casual user. So diving into our next set of gloves, it's going to be the R6 Jayfeo gloves, priced at about $25.99. And Jayfeo is another active sports brand with an extensive line of fitness products. So the gloves themselves do feel like a big step up at this price point. They're constructed from synthetic materials like most of the gloves you're going to see on this list. They do feature mesh on the palm, which is going to help with ventilation and a deeper finger box, catering to those with bigger hands or longer fingers. The longer glove does extend further down the forearm, providing better support overall. So the next pair of gloves we're going to cover are actually the Amazon branded gloves, and this is actually part of their basics line. Now the gloves themselves are priced at $32.21, and they're very, very basic, right? No pun intended. They are constructed with synthetic materials. The foam is really, really stiff, which means that they're probably going to wear down over time. The thumb cavity is roomy. The Velcro feels a bit flimsy. They currently actually aren't available anymore, so I think there's a reason for that, right? At that price point, there's definitely better options. This is an easy pass. Alright, so moving on to our next gloves, the Liberlupus gloves. These are priced at about $32.95. Now, the look and build of the gloves are very, very similar to the Trideers that we covered earlier. Matter of fact, I believe they are very likely the same company. The gloves are made from synthetic leather, features a very, very stiff foam, which, is going to probably break down over time. The glove itself is pretty roomy, but I felt the finger box was a little bit short, okay? Now, the wrist cuff was relatively sturdy, so you do get decent wrist support, but at this price point, if I had to choose, I would definitely go with the Trideers between the two. But again, there are definitely better gloves at this price range. Alright, so the next gloves we're going to cover are the Everlast Elite gloves. These clock in at about $38.55. Now, Everlast is a brand we've covered before, and again, it's a glove brand that's synonymous with boxing. So the first thing you'll notice about the glove is the wrist strap is extremely short and on the flimsier side. So that does, lead to a little bit of concern in terms of wrist protection, but that's compensated by the foam padding that actually extends all the way down the wrist cuff on the top side of the glove. Aside from that, another thing that's worth noting is there is a lot of mesh on the palm side, so that does help with ventilation. The glove is also relatively roomy, so it's good for folks with bigger hands. Now, in terms of whether or not I'd recommend these gloves, I'd say unless you're a fan of the look of the gloves or the brand itself, probably not. I think it's at a unique price point where you could probably get something just as good and save a couple of dollars, or you could get something a lot better by spending a few extra dollars. So the next brand we're going to cover are the FIGHTR gloves. They were founded in Germany in 2019. The aim was to create something that was both affordable and stylish. When it comes to the build of the glove, there's a nice soft inner lining. The fit is relatively roomy, although a little snug with hand wraps on. The build quality overall is pretty good, and it's likely to last you until your next upgrade. So the next brand we're going to cover are FIVINGs, which come at $49.99. And the first thing you'll notice is the super flashy design. It's part of the reason why I got these gloves. But I gotta tell you, once I had these gloves in hand, definitely not a fan of the material. I don't think there's a lot of durability with these, and it's probably something that's gonna chip away over time from use. And that's too bad because I am a big fan of the coloring. I only wish they used another material that would probably last a lot longer. Something else to mention about the glove is that the foam is relatively well distributed and is pretty malleable. The glove itself is pretty thin in profile, so it's easy to carry around. Aside from that, wouldn't really recommend it at this price point. Aside from the fact that I don't see a lot of longevity with the glove, I'm also a little bit concerned about the wrist strap as well. Alright, so moving on to the next glove, which are going to be the Revgears. Specifically the Pinnacle boxing glove model that's going to come at $49.99. Now, Revgear is a big name in the combat sports community. They've been around since 1996. They've got an extensive line that's going to accommodate a really wide range of budget. The gloves that I have in hand, they definitely feel like a premium set of gloves. There's some mesh on the palm for good ventilation. There's a nice soft inner lining, and it's also relatively snug fit. Lots of soft padding, but not too stiff. Now, it is a relatively long glove, so it does go pretty far down the forearm. I think, for the price you're paying for these gloves, it's definitely going to be a solid choice, and it's probably going to last you a pretty long time as well. Alright, the last brand we're going to cover today is going to be the Sanabul Battle Forge gloves. Now, Sanabul is a brand we've covered before in the past, but these specific models I wanted to include in here because for the price of $49.99, you're definitely getting a lot of glove for what you're paying. These definitely do feel like premium gloves. Now, about the glove design itself, it's going to be on the shorter side, which is more like your traditional Thai style glove. There's soft lining inside and also good ventilation and good pad distribution all throughout the glove, and also very sturdy wrist cuff. So if $50 is the sweet spot for you in terms of your investment, I really don't think you could go wrong with these gloves. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful. We're going to be coming out with a lot more videos in the next few weeks and months, so please hit the like and subscribe button to stay up to date. Until then, keep training, stay healthy, and be safe.